Hello, this is a quick guide to show how to move tokens around as well as using the measurement tool to aid you when you are in and out of combat. For now, I am going to be using this token right here. This is my character, actually. His name is Curse. And simply moving him around, making sure that you are in the token control as well as token selector, you can left click and simply move him from place to place. As you can tell, as you can see, there's a measurement that's already implemented there. So it tells like, hey, that's 12 inches, whatever. And you can gauge of how far things are away from things, and you can use the measuring tool there. If you are during combat, if it's not your turn and you want to be able to measure things, there's a couple of different ways to do that. One of those ways is to use this measuring distance that's under the token control. So with that, you can use that icon and you can drag, starting from your character, you can drag out and seeing how far things are. The nice thing with this tool is it's not focused on your tokens, so you can measure from anywhere, measuring whatever, making sure that your the place that you want to go is correct, and the places and spaces that you want things to go is grand. A nice thing with this is if you center your cursor and you begin those measurements and you hit Control, you can actually click different times to create a chain of different measurements, which is really nice. What I can also do is hit spacebar, and the character will follow that line. This is really handy when you're trying to plan stuff out of figuring out where you want to go. So, say in this instance, for Curse here, I want him to get over in this area. Obviously, I could go all the way through, but to make things a little bit easier and to know how far away this space actually is, I can go and simply go here, go to this space, hold Control, let go of left click, so I can still do this, and simply click left click, and then move over, and left click again, and then hit the spacebar. Simply go. So that's really nice. The next thing here that I'm going to be talking about is this measurement controls. This you get several different options here. Uh, One thing with these controls is if you hover over each of them, they'll give you a quick rundown of what they do, which is really handy in making sure that you're doing them right, and it gives you an overview of what they do exactly. So obviously here you have your circle template, your cone, your rectangle, and your ray. Each one of these does what it says. So for example, for this cone, I can click a point and I can go from make my different cones that I want, and I can center it on different creatures and have different spray effects. After I make one, if I right click on the centerpiece here, I get to I have this red um, icon here. This just indicates that the other players cannot see that and only you can see that, which is really handy. Afterwards, when you're done with everything, you can simply just hover over and delete them, just like nothing, just like makes things really easy. You can also, this is really handy for the ray, if I have a ray I want to have something different, I can simply double click that area and I get a pop-up window. This window really helps with talking about different widths or different heights or setting certain dimensions when you're doing squares or circles or whatever. So it makes things really easy. For example, if I want to change it from 3 feet to 5 feet, I can change it to 5, hit enter. Oh, that's 50. But then it'll change the width there, make things nice and easy, and simply deleting them from there. So these are really nice to be able to, for spell effects or spell, trying to figure out how far away things are spell wise, or status effects. Because they stay on the board, things like squares, like entanglement, entangle, or stuff like that, you can simply take your square, get your 20, whatever it is. Say if I want a 20-foot square, I go and I make my 20-foot square and get it nice and even, and there's my 20-foot square. And move it to where I want it to go, and I can see those instances and see the creatures that I'm affecting. The last tool that I'll be showing to you is this drawing tool. This is really handy when doing some other effects. Of course, you can do these squares and circles like you would normally, but these are a little bit more permanent and they're not necessarily measuring tools. Again, just like the measuring tools, they give you a little preview on what each one does. The one that I would like to more specify right now is this freehand one. This is really nice when you're talking about making sure, hey, if I want to focus on this area, I got that circled. Or, hey, this focus going this way, so I can make a little arrow. Or by holding the cursor and making different items, that becomes one image. So in this case, when I made this arrow, this is 3 different images. After I make these and I want to delete them, I need to make sure that I'm in the select drawing area, and then I can select stuff. Here I can double click stuff and change colors, change infill, put a text on it if I want to, position stuff, anything and everything. And if I want to delete it, just select it and delete it. Like I was saying before, I have 3 different ones, so simply hitting Control or dragging the cursor over, I'm selecting multiple ones to be able to get rid of them. Hopefully this helps a little bit when interacting with those individual things, and hopefully this helps you out with measuring stuff. Thank you very much.